Hey guys, this is a getting started video for somebody who is new to a Tesla. So somebody who has just bought a new Tesla, is driving a Tesla for the first time. So I'm going to cover the settings which I have changed on my car and why I have changed those settings, and also some basic functionality which you would not be familiar with if you haven't driven a Tesla ever before. So let's press on the car icon to get into the settings. You have a search functionality here so that you can search for specific settings, but let's walk through the main points here one by one. So under controls, what we want to do is here we can go and set the mirror settings. Let's not do that now, but just showing you where you can find the settings. Also the steering wheel settings can be set here, and that's basically the things to note from this screen. Then under pedals and steering, I changed to chill mode because with chill mode the acceleration is not that hard, and if you kind of press the acceleration pedal normally, it might be too much for your passengers. So chill mode makes it easier to drive a bit more normally. The other settings I haven't really touched, so can you leave those at the default. Then under charging, if your battery is one which shouldn't be charged fully always, then it will say trip here on the kind of 90 to 100% range, and daily here under the 70%, under the 80% range. So a good rule of thumb is 80% charge limit for daily driving, and just set it to 100% if you're going on a trip. Then under Autopilot, you will need to enable the auto steer beta functionality. That's a very nice functionality, makes sense enabling it. I just can't enable it now because I was testing what happens if I ignore the driver monitoring functionality, and it got suspended for a week. These are kind of preference things about the speed limits and the offset and things like that. Haven't touched those too much. The green traffic light chime I would enable. That's nice when you're at the traffic light, maybe looking at your mobile phone and the light turns green. It will give a chime and you will know that the light changed. Emergency lane departure, avoidance and braking, I would leave those on. Locks, well, I think one of the first things which you should do is pair your phone to use that as a key. I won't show that now, but you can do that under the locks menu. Then under the lights, automatic headlights, that makes sense. Auto turn signal, auto cancel is kind of nice. After a lane change, it will turn it off automatically. Auto high beam, ambient lights that might not be on by default, so I like it. I would turn it on. It's kind of lights for the footwell and things like that. Then we have also dome lights on auto, that makes sense. Under display, appearance, dark mode is a lot nicer. The light mode is, well, it's super bright, so dark mode is easier on the eyes. Automatic blind spot camera. Yeah, okay, here you have all the language settings and the scroll wheel function. Well, that's not that important, but you can test it out what settings you have there. Navigation, safety. Okay, safety I would cover next. Here, Sentry mode I think is not on by default, so I would turn that on and exclude home, because if you don't exclude home, you will maybe get a lot of Sentry mode events and it drains your battery unnecessarily, so I excluded home. And before enabling Sentry mode, or when you enable Sentry mode, you should go and open the cloud box here under controls and cloud box and check that you have the, so make sure you have the USB stick in the cloud box. It's that thing up there, which is the USB stick. By default you should have a USB stick over there. So also camera based detection is the setting I use, and dash cam on auto, so if there's an event which the Tesla thinks is worth recording, it will record it. So that's a good thing. If you bought a new car, maybe go ahead and format the USB drive. Automatic blind spot camera, allow mobile access, allow keyless driving. A few more settings here. You can set the glove box pin if you want to. Cabin overheat protection, that's an important setting. That's kind of the idea with the overheat protection, is that if you set it on, it will hold a certain temperature in the car. Like if you, kind of the idea has been, if you forget a child in the car, it will ventilate the car so that it won't get too hot in the summer. And you can also have ventilation without the AC, and that's kind of a nice safety feature. But again, if you're going hiking somewhere and you're not close to a charger or something like that, maybe turn it off in those cases. But I usually have it on no AC during the summertime, but then sometimes I turn it off when I want to save the battery. Park assist sign. Okay, show mode is one setting which I did change, and this setting is kind of nice if you don't want to chimes to be that loud when you're driving, if you have somebody sleeping in the car, things like that. So show mode is a good one. So I think that pretty much covers all the settings I have changed. Maybe some other things to note is like these cards can be swiped like this from left to right. You can see the tire pressures, but I think the current drive, the energy usage and things like this is nice to monitor when you are driving. And most likely you already know that the left stalk here, at the end you have the P for park, and then hold down the brake and pull down to get into drive, and push up to go into reverse. You can see the gear switching up here. And on the left hand side you have the wipers, so if you press down you get the wipers running, and here on the screen you have the settings for the wipers. And while you're driving, if you want to control the lights, you can press on the light icon here to get the light settings over here, or then you can press on the car symbol and under controls control the lights over here. Yeah, and the basics about the heating or air conditioning system, you have the seat heaters on each side here, and the steering wheel heating, which is by the way a very nice functionality. If you haven't had that before, you have off, and then you have two settings, and this is the wiper blade heating, and well, yeah, here you have max flow for the windshield, and this is the rear windshield heating. So, and here you have front and rear. So on the rear seats you have also seat heating, which you can turn on, and also you have a setting for the rear fan. Here you can turn the rear fan on and off. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.